Hello my friends and welcome to a new week. Today is Tuesday. Yesterday was major catch up for me, like just mentally catching up from the weekend. I spent Saturday with a friend. We drove down to Calgary, which is a 3-hour drive, so we left a little before 6. We did the biblical theology workshop that Nancy Guthrie put on. She was out in Calgary, and then we drove back, which was great for the most part, except like right after lunch I started feeling really nauseous, which is not like, I often feel sick because of Crohn's, but it's different. This was nausea. And so the second half of the workshop, or like the last couple hours, were a little less helpful for me because I was kind of out of it. And then the whole drive home, I wasn't super great company. And as soon as we made it back, I was like, I gotta leave. And I threw up right outside my steps outside the house, like almost made it home, but oh well. So a little bit of recovery after that. And then Sunday we had an information night for our church plant. We're at the point right now still where we're trying to gather a core team, dedicated Christians that are like excited about a church plant, that want to be a part of launching this with us. So that was Sunday, and so it was just a busy weekend. I still didn't feel like super great Sunday morning, although I did realize, I think what it was is I had a headache, which always happens when I go to any kind of workshop thing. I always get a headache, and I didn't have any pain medication with me, and so when I got home I took one and had a nap, and then felt like quite a bit better. But then Sunday morning, as soon as my headache started coming back, I started feeling nauseous again, so I took something, and then I felt better once that kicked in. So I think that's what triggered it. But so Monday just felt like I just needed a break. And then in the afternoon I went out for coffee with a friend to a new coffee shop, and I didn't film anything. I just needed some relaxing time. But now we are on to Tuesday, and I want to get better at theming my days. I used to be good at this, and I feel like since school has started, it's been just frazzled. Every day needs some kind of errand, and I want there to be like home days and errand days, and try to make that work so that I can get the most out of my time, because if you're constantly doing like one errand a day, it's wasting a lot of time. So tomorrow is going to be errand day. Today is at home day. I'm going to be editing, filming, trying to relax a little bit. Today is the start of, now they have Prime Days in October, so I was looking to see if there was anything amazing. I was hoping the Kindle would be on sale, but they don't have any Kindles in stock in Canada. They have the Kindle Scribe, but that's it. I thought, I was like Googling things, and there was chatter that maybe they would be releasing a new Kindle before Prime Days, but no such luck. So I'm hoping maybe before Black Friday, because I'm quite getting into Kindle reading. The only problem is now the Kindle that I'm using is on Jared's account, and I've got Kindle Unlimited on there right now because I got it for like 99 cents a month, or 99 cents for 3 months or something. But then on my phone I have a different book, so I would just love my own, but yeah, they're not in stock, and I want to get it when it's on sale, so maybe Black Friday. The only thing that is on Prime deals that I'm thinking about getting is a puzzle board, which I've talked about before and I've had my eye on for a while, and I thought I would put on a Christmas list, but I really like to puzzle, you know, like for 2 months before Christmas, and we have nowhere to put them. We used to have a bigger table so we could have a puzzle on one end and still eat on the other end, and our table now is like kind of even too small for all 6 of us, so I might get that. We'll see. It's really the only thing that's on sale that I've had my eye on. So with theming my days, I'm going to be doing a library outing tomorrow, and I'm not sure what else yet. For my home day, I said I'm going to be editing. I also want to start writing. Still haven't started any of my goals for that, so hoping to get that started today. And then tomorrow's Wednesday, that'll be an outing day. Hopefully Thursday will be another at-home day, and Friday will be another errand day. And then the weekend is Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving, and we are going back to Saskatchewan for Thanksgiving. So that'll be our Saturday, Sunday, Monday, because Monday is technically Thanksgiving. So alternating home days and errand days. And on the Friday, My errands are taking me to a different part of the city that I haven't been before, and it's like a few minutes away from a bookstore that I have never been to, so hoping to check that box. That's what I'm hoping for this week. Today though, like I said, I need to do some editing and filming. Those are kind of my priorities, so that's mostly what I'm going to be working on. Oh, other than I have like 11% left in Deathmark, which is what I'm reading on Jared's Kindle right now. Kate Stradling book. I think I've given all of hers that I've read 5 stars. No one, okay, not no one, but barely anyone ever talks about her books, but they've all been amazing. And I'm like, you know, in the last 11%, I need to see how everything comes together. So I will probably find some time to squeeze that in. I might even do that while I'm making lunch. Make lunch here right away and read in between that. So those are my current plans for the day.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane, and as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin.
Today is errand day. I've been doing a bunch of filming, and then I am going to be going to the library. Lots of books to pick up this week because I didn't go last week, even though unfortunately one of my holds, I didn't pick it up in time and now it's gone, and it's one I waited for a long time. So that was too bad, but there's some good books waiting there for me, and I've been spending some time filming, which means I think most of my work is done for the day, so I can spend some of the afternoon reading. The other errand we're going to be running is, well, maybe a few. We're going to start out at Dollarama. I have a child that wants to create a weapon from Ninja Turtles, but he wants a pool noodle. And I think he might be a little late for that. So if we can find a pool noodle and duct tape, we will also go to Home Depot for PVC pipe. But if they're all gone, then we won't. But I have a few things to pick up from Dollarama. I love the creativity that he wants to be making things. It's always too bad when it's like, I think those supplies are not going to be out. But yeah, there's some other things to pick up. I wanted some color pens. I know I used to have some, but I haven't been able to find all of them since we moved. I need some like ballpoint pens for in my Bible, and either I just have misplaced them, they're still needing to be unpacked or something. I'm not sure. So I'm gonna grab a couple things, and then I'll share a library haul when we get back, and then hopefully just have a pretty chill rest of the day.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, step over splinters of the moon.
Okay, we did not realize what we were getting into with that walk. It was so beautiful. Definitely have to take other people from the family there because just fantastic. Wow. You think you're going to see one little thing and it turns into something more. And those houses. Wow. I wouldn't want to clean all of those windows. I mean, they're not cleaning themselves, but oh well. Anyway, thought I would share a little library haul. Did find some ballpoint pens. Hopefully these work in my Bible and don't bleed. I always test in the back of my Bible, so I will test that. And then I also grabbed these pastel highlighters. Now, the only highlighters that I found that don't bleed in my Bible that I mostly use for marking, which is the CSB note-taking Bible, are the Studio brand, which is like Dollarama's brand. And I've noticed recently that they've had these pastel highlighters, and the pastel highlighters I do have do bleed. So I wanted to try the Studio pastel highlighters. So there's a bunch of different colors. It's supposed to be a little bit lighter, a little bit more pastel, as the saying goes. So I will also try these in the back of my Bible. I have many spots where I've tried different pens and highlighters. And then I also got a couple little, what are these? Die cut pads with cool vintage looking pieces of paper for my different crafting journals. Got 3 different ones. This one's a world travel. It's got like some like old vintage photos as well. They look fun. So there's that. Now on to library books. We went and got, one more thing actually. Palmer's Cocoa Butter. This is like a lip balm. It looks like a glue stick, but I'm gonna give this a try because it's coconut. That usually works well for my skin, and I also want one for Ephraim because that really works well for his skin usually. Moisturizes dry lips. It also says great for use on dry patches, marks, and scars. Anyway, book-wise, I got a bunch of Robert Munch because he's so funny. Mortimer, Mermel, although I'm seeing that this is the easy reader, so it's probably not as, I don't know if they've changed the words. We shared everything. Jonathan cleaned up and then he heard a sound. I think those are the only ones we got this time. The first grader has a library today at school. He's been getting a Robert Munch book every single time. I'm curious to see if he gets one now. For myself, I got Tunnel of Bones, which I actually just finished on audio yesterday. And then Bridge of Souls, which is my next audiobook, but I have the physical copy in case I want to read them. I've got Her Royal Spyness by Rhys Bowen. I've heard really good things about this, at least first book, start of a series. Want to give that a try. The Girl with the Louding Voice. Sandy over on my Patreon has been pestering me to read this for a while, so I'm going to give it a try. But I did tell her I don't often like African fiction, which I feel bad about as having a kid that is from Africa, and there are some exceptions, but I've tried a few. The more than 50% of the ones I've tried I haven't liked, so we'll see. Then I got Remember Me. This one I think was mentioned in my Patreon book club as well, and then I found out, oh, maybe I didn't find out. I thought the publisher was like a small indie publisher, but now I don't know. And this looks like the cool spooky book for October. She looks kind of ghostly. I got The Forgotten Book. This is an interlibrary loan. Nicely they put it on the back this time. Smart. I've heard good things about this one from Charlene. I think it was Charlene. Oh, this is for my 11-year-old, I think. He really likes graphic novels, and Reika got the 3rd one for her birthday, so she said he has to read the first 2 first. I got Renegades. I own books 2 and 3 in the series, and I wanted to get book 1 from the library because Book Outlet hasn't been having it. Last I saw, I should check again. And once I start this, I want to read the other 2, but that will completely derail my TBR. And Powerless. This has been going around on BookTube. People have asked me to read it so they can hear my opinion, what I think. This is, I think, a romantasy, probably. I haven't read anything about it, so I don't know. Obviously too many books for 1 week. There's no way. Okay, which ones are all for me here? My stacks are not this big every week, but oh, I guess this one I already read. Plus there's this one. Okay, I can't read this many books in 1 week, so either I need to make my next couple weeks less holds, less books, or I need to read really fast. Or probably, most likely, I won't get to all of them. But there's how the outing went. Those trees, the river, oh, so beautiful.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin.
Once again, surrounded by books, just did some filming, finished my try chapter that should be going up a couple days before this video. It's just that day that is supposed to go up is Canadian Thanksgiving, and I'm not sure if I'll have a whole lot of time to edit the video. Hopefully. Try chapters are so fun, and I love it when they result in me getting rid of a bunch of books, because as of right now, I'm trying to lower my physical books. Today is an at-home day, so I needed to film that. And then I'm going to be doing maybe some editing. I need to write my bookish newsletter, and I'm hoping just to like read and chill, have it be a pretty easy at-home day, doing laundry and prep for going away on the weekend. Oh, I wanted to check in with the lip balm, the coconut stuff that I bought yesterday. I'm really enjoying it. I have no idea if this is something Dollarama's going to continue to carry. There are some things they like always have, and then there's some things that they only have sometimes. So I'm kind of tempted, hair in my mouth. I'm kind of tempted to go back and like buy as many as there is, because I find coconut-based things work really well for my skin. So if you guys can, if you like coconut type stuff and you can get your hands on it, I would recommend it. So before I go do my work stuff, I wanted to do a reading check-in. So I'm gonna grab all the books I'm reading and do a quick little check-in. Definitely doing too many books at one time still. I think that's going to continue until I get an e-reader or potentially 2 of my own. Still leaning towards getting both a Kindle and a Kobo for different reasons. But my audiobook is Bridge of Souls. So just got this out from the library. I'm not loving this one as much as the others. The other 2 were like very fantasy. This one, it talks a little bit more about like, I mean, just briefly, like I'm not very far. It's like mentioning voodoo and seances and stuff like that. And I'm curious to see where it takes that, considering this is like a middle grade book. Like I'm okay with certain kinds of magic and fantasy to a point, so we'll see. Then I'm continuing with my classics. The Moonstone, I have not read 100 pages a week like I had hoped, but I am making some progress, so we'll call it a win. And I'm also working on my Victorian poetry anthology, slowly reading a few of these. And then I started Orthodoxy by G.K. Chesterton. This is on my DIY literature degree. This is a nonfiction that I own of his, and the nonfiction prompt was what I needed to do for the Read Your Bookshelf challenge for this month. So trying to read 5 to 10 pages a day or so. I'm like so in over my head on this one. It's deeper than I'm maybe smart enough for. We'll see. Then last night I started Married by Treachery, which I don't like reading with the dust jacket on. This is the hardcover. This is a girl. I only read the first 2 chapters. You like barely even see that I made any progress. She is going to marry this guy that comes to their village every 7 years to marry a girl. Like, this is a theme. I talked about this in my tribe chapter video because this is a theme that's all of a sudden coming up a lot. She has been training to be the girl that is taken. She's very skilled with weapons, and I'm not really sure where it's gonna go, but I'm curious. Enjoying the first bit. And then the ebook that I'm reading on my phone is still Spectres in the Glass House. Yeah, whatever. For some reason I'm stumbling over this title, and I think it's because I have the e-arc, so I'm reading it on my phone, but these e-arcs never have the cover on them. Do you guys know an easy way to put new covers on like Kindle books? I would love to know that, because that's a game changer for me. That is why I'm enjoying Jared's Kindle way more than I did with mine, because either back when I had mine, it wasn't capable of having the book cover on it, or I just didn't know how. And if I can see the cover, I'm more interested in reading it. So yes, I'm reading this Jamie Jo Wright book, not very far, and I kind of keep forgetting about it. It's mostly my book for when I'm caught without a book. So if I like walk to the bus stop and it's a few minutes late, then I read it. I think I'm like 9% in. And then I'm also reading The Killer's Therapist. So last week I started reading this, and then in the middle of the night I woke up and was kind of freaked out. And so I needed a different book. So then I got out Deathmark and read that. And now I'm coming back to this. I think I'm like 40 or 50%. It still hasn't really gripped me or like made me creeped out like I thought it would. So I'm enjoying it relatively, but not loving it. But I want to know what happens. I have no idea what's going on here. So I think that's all I'm reading right now. Those are like my main reads. And then tomorrow I need to pick what I'm all going to pack to read. We have a 5.5 hour drive one way. Probably we'll have 0 time to read while we're there, and then a 5.5 hour drive back. So I have some reading decisions to make. But now hopefully just for a like decently quiet but yet productive afternoon. At the end of the week, I have a kid to bring to a sport this afternoon, and I was hoping to go to a new to me bookstore, but I'm not sure if the timing will work out. The area is kind of a busier area, so we'll see. If I'm gonna stay and watch, I'm going to read this book. I started it last night. The Secret Book and Scone Society. I'm already like halfway through. I started it last night, read a little bit today. Didn't sleep well last night, so I finished my ebook. What was it called? The Killer's Therapist. Read 55% of that between 3 a.m. and 5, and then I had laid in bed for half an hour before I finally fell back asleep. Slept for a bit. So I'm not feeling too bad today, but tomorrow I'm gonna be really tired. I'm gonna see how far I get in this today and then decide what books I'm all taking on the trip. It's a 5.5 hour drive. Maybe kids are a little loud. It's a 5.5 hour drive one way. So I can get like an average sized book read one way and then another one on the way back. So, and then if we have any other time, maybe a little bit more. I want to bring at least 2 books. One main ebook and one physical book is what I'm leaning towards. And then I'll also have an audiobook as an option in case I do any actual driving. First, I'll see what happens with this book today. The tiredness has started to hit me. I ended up just staying at basketball because I was just too tired to go anywhere. So I'm actually almost done The Secret Book and Scone Society. Maybe like 75–80%. I'm enjoying it, although I feel like there is a few things I want people to know if they read the book. So if you're interested in reading it, wait maybe until my wrap up at the end of October, beginning of November. Wow, time is flying. I don't like to say too much before I'm finished a book, but there's definitely some scenes that are a little farther than I would prefer, but there's a lot of good bookish references and stuff that I am enjoying. So I'm almost done this. I think if I have any of it left, I'm going to read it via ebook. I both got it on Kindle Unlimited and from my library, so I have options that way. So my first priority will be to finish this. Then my next priority will, if I'm wanting a physical book, I will read this one that is called Silver Bounty, because this one is an interlibrary loan. It's a $90 replacement cost if lost, and if you want to renew it, you have to either phone or email a place a week prior to it being due. So I'm better off just reading it when it's supposed to be read. So this is book 2 in Victoria McComb's Royal Rose Chronicles. Both book 1 was, I think, Oathbound. Oh, is this taped so that I don't know anything? I don't remember much of book 1. Our main character was a female, and she either was a pirate or got in with the pirates for some reason. It's like totally covering the info. So hopefully there's enough of a recap that I will be able to remember what was going on. But I really want to finish some series. I say as I'm starting another one. So this is, I think, a trilogy. So after this, if I'm enjoying it, I will request book 3. So this will be my main priority because I want to get this done and returned because I don't remember exactly when it's due. Then my ebook is A Crown of Chains. I really want to read this. I've never read an Erin Phillips, but I follow her on Instagram and I have a feeling that I'm gonna like her books. I think this one is an Esther inspired. I think this may be the right word. I was gonna say retelling, but I think it's an Esther inspired tale, fantasy story of some sort. And then if I were to finish those books, I do have my audiobook. I've barely read or listened to any more of that. And then the nice thing with ebooks is there's a ton on here. I do have Spectres in the Glass House by Jamie Jo Wright still. That would probably be my next one, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, so those are the books that I'm taking / hoping to read on the trip. The one thing I love is we have this massive portable charger. Like, it's heavy. It's not the most fun thing to carry if you are going on a plane, but this thing lasts for so very long. We can hook up a bunch of different devices and charge them, and this barely ever drains. It does take a long time to charge, but it's a beast. It works really well. And the other thing I really like for road trips are, we got these like over the seat or organizer hanger type things for all 4 of the kids a while ago, so they can have different things in there. So I have to go through the house and pick some stuff for the younger 2. I like to buy some new stuff for them each time, so I got a coloring book with funny stickers, this mermaid themed one for the 4-year-old girl, as well as Bluey. I really like these mess-free markers. It's just, it doesn't get on anything, and then it makes color as it goes on the paper, like that. And then for the 6-year-old, I got him a maze book that also has like a search and find, where you have to find how many of each of these things are on each page. And then I got him a funny sticker and coloring book as well. I don't really know what the theme of this is. I guess just animals, kind of cute animals, or at least they will be cute once they get some massive eyes. Between that and they'll definitely do a bit of screen time. I'll download some videos for them to watch. Hopefully they'll be entertained the whole trip. We don't have to make too many bathroom stops or don't have any tears. That's the goal. So I need to start packing, need to put away a bunch of laundry, get packing. I hope my fellow Canadians had a great Thanksgiving weekend, and I will see you guys again next week.